Hello everyone, so welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTech channel. So my dear friends, in this video we are going to learn Unit 6 video number 2, right? So what is that? It is about teaching skills and activities based teaching. Teaching skills and activity based teaching, right? Let's see what it is. Teaching skills refer to the competencies and techniques that educators employ to effectively facilitate learning. These skills are essential for creating an engaging, productive, and supportive learning environment. They encompass various abilities related to communication, planning, assessment, and classroom management. Now you see, if you are a skillful teacher, then you will apply teaching skills in your classroom. So what is teaching skill? Teaching skills are the techniques and the tactics, how you handle certain situation in the classroom, how you teach, what are the study materials you are using in order to teach, how do you keep the students engaged in the classroom, how in your classroom you are making the learners involved in the process of teaching, and how productively you are able to teach, and how do you support your learners in the school environment. These encompasses various abilities. So what are your abilities? How do you communicate with the learners? How do you plan your lessons? How do you assess the students after tests and exams? And how do you manage your classroom? How do you interact with the learners? What is the discipline in your classroom? Right? All these factors matter when we talk about teaching skills, all right? Now, key teaching skills. So what are the key points we have to remember about teaching skills? Let's see. Number one is communication skills. Clear and effective communication ensures students understand the content and instructions. See, even in my school days, I have hopeless teachers who are not able to speak in English. Then how can I expect him or her to teach me in English, right? So they don't know how to speak in English and they are teaching me mathematics. So I know that even you, those who are watching my video, you might have come across with this type of teachers whose language you don't understand. Or in the English class, you will see the teacher who is taking English, he himself do not understand the English. Then what do you expect from this kind of teachers? Do you think that we will be interested in his or her teaching? We won't be, right? So that's why we need a well qualified teacher, and the first factor to be a teacher is a good communication skill. You should know when to stop. You should know when to speak loud. You should know how to speak, how to improve your learning, and how to speak in front of 10 students and how to speak in front of 100 students. How loud you have to be. So those are the skills a teacher should have, Subject knowledge. So if I am teaching science, then my knowledge has to be crystal clear about science. If I am a maths teacher, then I myself should understand maths in the best way, then only I can teach my children, right? If I am hopeless, I don't understand maths well, and I'm teaching maths, then how do you expect the learners will learn, right? So that's how, my dear friends, you have to improve yourself, keep learning every day. Classroom management. So how do you maintain discipline in the class? How do you manage time in the class? And how do you organize activities, enhance learning efficiency? So how do you organize different type of activities in the classroom, brainstorming in the classroom, group activities in the classroom? How do you involve the learner in the process of teaching and learning? Or if the learners are misbehaving, how do you handle that? And how are you able to manage your time in the classroom? Some teachers, we tell stories, our home stories, and we end up the topic and we end up the class, right? We go to school, we talk about, yes, yesterday I went to someone's wedding and there we had chicken, or I had this and that, and you will end up like that. There was a concert, so so and so singer came, so we enjoyed a lot. So don't mix up your personal life with your professional life, all right? Be professional teachers. Don't talk about your home, right? Don't talk, yes, yesterday I had this, or today why am I late to the school? Because when I was kicking my bike, it was not starting. I thought the kick has spoiled, but at the end I found that there was no petrol in my bike. So these are nonsense. We don't have to, tell to the students these are problems, right? Don't mention this. So you are teacher, so you have a standard, right? So maintain that level. Questioning techniques. Thought-provoking questions encourage critical thinking and participation. See, there are close-ended questions, there are open-ended questions, there are high-order thinking questions, there are middle-order questions, there are low-order questions, right? So different type of questions are there. So you try to ask the students the questions which are thought-provoking, which means these kind of questions which will engage the learner into critical thinking. So you ask those type of questions from your learner, right? Technological, before this, number 5, adaptability. Adjusting teaching methods to cater to diverse learning styles and needs. See, in your classroom there are many students. Some are slow learners, some are intelligent, some are creative, right? Some are underachievers. So you have to take care of each and every one of them. So you adjust your system, your method of teaching according to the need of the learner. Don't try to adjust the learner to your teaching style or teaching methods. No, you adjust the system. So this question is also very important. It is of course asked in MTET exam that a teacher should adjust the system according to the learner, or the learner should adjust himself or herself according to the system. So your answer should always go in the favor of the children, which means system should adapt for the children, because system is for the children and not children for the system. All right. Technological proficiency. Integrating technology to enhance engagement and provide diverse learning resources. See, technology. Now we are making use of technology. I am giving you notes online. I am giving you lectures online, right? I am giving you tests online. So everything we are doing in online mode, right? So what is this? This is the use of technology, right? Assessment skills. Designing appropriate evaluation method to measure students' progress. Now, how will you assess the learners? Even like once you have finished teaching the chapter, how do you test whether they understood or not what you have been teaching? So you should conduct a small class test, or give a homework, or give assignments or projects, right? That is how you assess the learner. And at the same time, when the students are understanding, means you are doing great. But if the students are not understanding, means you also need to improve, or you need to change your strategies or methods, right? Motivational skills. Inspiring and encouraging students to explore and excel in their studies. Now, we teachers are motivational speakers, right? We have to encourage the learners. We have to motivate the learners that yes, you can do it, you can do it. If they want to give up, don't allow them to give up. All right, no issue. You are not able to study this topic, no problem, leave it for now, but continue maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. But you can do it, so you try to do it. And if you still cannot do it, I will help you. I will explain this topic to you 100 times if you don't understand. So this is the pain an effective teacher takes, my dear friends. So keep motivating the learners. Feedback delivery. Providing constructive feedback to support continuous improvement. Now you see, feedback is needed by the teachers and the students. Both of us, we need the feedback. Not only the teachers, not only the students, both need the feedback. A learner needs the feedback that yes, you should improve in this area, try in this way, manage your time, manage your hobbies, manage your peers, manage your discipline. And for the teacher, it can be manage your time, plan the lesson in a better way, make short notes, or come in time, finish your lectures at time, be regular to the school. So these are the things, factors which we can give as a feedback. But always remember, not in an insulting or discriminating manner. Feedback should always be in a positive, disciplined manner. If I am giving you feedback, you should not feel bad that Sarah Ashok is insulting me. If I say, hey, Sarah, I have been observing you that you are not replying to my messages on WhatsApp, or I have been observing you that you are always busy. This is bad. In fact, I should say, hello, Sarah, how are you doing? Doing great. All right. So what about your studies? How is it going? So Sarah will say, sir, because of Soba, because of wedding, I am a little busy. So as a good teacher, I will say, all right, no issue. You carry on. celebrate, participate in this celebration, but once you finish, you please try to get into your study mode. All right, no issue with that. Take your time now, but later on, as soon as you are free, please don't forget your studies. This is how I will answer. This is how I will give feedback to my learner, right? Creativity, using innovative strategies to make learning interesting and relatable. Now, as teachers, we have to be creative at times. When you are doing B.Ed, you are doing DL.Ed, we are asked to do arts, right? We are asked to make some SUPW type of things, where we have created, some of us we create flowers, some of us we create wall hanging, some of us we create small houses, or create doormat, or we create blackboard or dusters, right? So these things we create. So what is this? This is also a part of teaching and learning. So that's why in school you will see we have SUPW. What is SUPW? SUPW means socially useful productive work. Socially useful productive work. So in schools, when I was in school, teachers used to ask us to make brooms, hard brooms, or dusters, or chalk holders, or dustbin. So these type of things the teachers, they used to ask us to make, right? So this is creativity, right? This is how they test our creativity. Now let us come to the second part, that is activity-based teaching. Activity-based teaching is an instructional approach where learners actively participate in hands-on tasks, experiments, or group activities to acquire knowledge and develop skills. So activity teaching is a process, or is an instruction approach, all right, where what do the learners do? They take part themselves. They actively participate in hands-on activities, in projects, in experiments, or group discussions, or group activities, right? Why? So that they acquire the knowledge, or they understand the concept in a better way. This helps them to develop their cognitive abilities, right? This method shifts the focus from passive perception of information to active engagement, making learning enjoyable, meaningful. Yes, of course, we know that in the present scenario, students are not passive listeners or passive, learners. They are the ones who should be involved in your process of teaching and learning, right? You should ask them questions, and they will ask you questions while you are still teaching in the classroom, right? It should be an interactive classroom. Students should not just sit bored and lazy and fatigued, and they should not be listening to your lecture sleeping, half sleepy, full sleepy, looking here and there. It should not be that way, right? They should pay 100% concentration in your class, and they can pay 100% concentration in your class only when you involve them in the process of teaching and learning. Ask them to read, ask them to come and write on the board, ask them to take part in the group activities, in the brainstorming. So encourage your learners so that they participate in the classroom, right? Features of activity teaching. Features of activity-based teaching. Number one, learner-centered. See, this question also comes in MTET many times, that teaching should be teacher-centered or learner-centered. So it should always be learner-centered, because we are teaching the learners, so it should be learner-centered. Experiential learning. So experiential learning emphasizes learning through doing, experimenting, and exploring. So this is also what I'm saying on and on, that when we do experiments, when we do practicals, then only the students, they understand better, because they are involved in that process directly, right? Collaborative approach. Of course, you as teachers encourage group works, encourage team works, ask them to communicate to one another, and ask them to interact with the peers, with the teachers, with the elders, with the friends, and with the parents, right? Practical application relates theoretical knowledge to real life situation, enhancing understanding. Of course, we all know what is theory, but until and unless you apply that theory, it is meaningless, right? When we apply that theory, then only that whatever you have learned in the theory becomes a practical or a working knowledge of yours, right? Creativity and critical thinking develops problem solving skills and creativity. Of course, when you are being creative, or when you think creatively, it means that you are developing problem solving skills in the learner, right? What are the advantages of activity-based teaching? Let us see. Enhance engagement. Learners stay motivated and interested in the topic. This is number one advantage. Number two, improves retention, which means the students are able to remember the concept for a longer period of time. Develop skills, foster analytical decision making and interpersonal skills. So interpersonal skills, decision making skills, and analytical skills are improved. Encourage curiosity, so promotes exploration, inquiry based learning. So when we are teaching the students by activity based teaching method, they become more and more curious, they want to explore more and more, and then they inquire more, right? Caters to diversity, adapts to different learning styles and needs. So the teachers, also the learners, they adapt to different methods of teaching and different styles of teaching according to their needs and requirement. Now let us see some example of activities. Role playing helps students understand concept by acting out scenarios. So you know all drama, right? We perform drama, mime at school. So it also helps the learners. Group discussions. So group discussion encourages critical thinking and exchange of ideas. You know that. Experiments, hands-on activities, science exhibitions, science experiments. These also helps the learner. Storytelling engages learner and enhances comprehension through narratives, right? Games and quizzes makes learner fun while reinforcing knowledge. So we have fun at the same time we are learning through quizzes and games. By combining teaching skills with activity-based methods, educators can create a dynamic learning environment that fosters deeper understanding, critical thinking, and a lifelong love for learning. Of course, when we as teachers, along with our teaching skills, we combine activity-based method or teaching method, then we will create an environment which the children will love, and they will be happy to be part of that learner, and they will enjoy part of that environment, and they will enjoy being the part of that environment, and they will enjoy learning, right? So this is how we as teachers become an influencer or a facilitator in the lives of learners, right? So I think this is all in this video. So thank you everyone for staying connected to the Ashok Tutorials, Meghalaya's first MTech channel. Thank you.